Rebecca with BexxFineArt, and I just decided that I'm going to start doing a new video each week called Time Lapse Tuesday. This video, however, even though it's Tuesday, is not going to be a time lapse because I misposted on one of my other social media accounts and said that I was going to upload this tutorial today. So this is what you're getting. You'll get the time lapse on Saturday this week. Anyways, so for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to paint these really awesome, more realistic mountains. So I'm not actually going over the sky in this tutorial because I feel like I've done quite a few tutorials on galaxy skies. So this one is going to be how to create these really cool snowy mountains, which are actually based on the Rocky Mountains. So let's get started. Welcome to my messy work area. I try to cover it up as much as I can by stacking paints over here usually, but I haven't achieved that today. But it's okay because we're really just going to be focusing on the bottom of this bottle. So, as you've noticed, I've already painted the background of everything with all the details. I haven't done a whole lot at the bottom because this is where I'm going to be adding the mountains, and you can see right here I have my logo, which it is actually covered with tape right now to protect it, so once I'm done with the mountains then I will peel that off. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my chalk marker. This is a pretty good brand, Craft Smart, and I'm going to outline where the mountains are going to be first. So I'm actually basing these mountains off the Rocky Mountains because this person actually lives in Denver. Jealous! So our next step is I'm going to be painting in the mountains all solid white. Hopefully you guys can appreciate me being totally honest about my workspace. I'm not trying to fake you out and pretend like my studio is a perfect dream and clean and pretty every day. It's generally always this messy because I'm always working on 5 different projects. So I believe in being honest about what I'm doing. Anyways, I've painted 2 layers of white, which I honestly kind of like how it looks with just the white, but I'm not going to leave it like that because it's not my bottle. And I forgot to mention this is Liquitex Basics Titanium White. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going in and adding shadows to this with the Basics Light Blue. And the links for all of the supplies will be in the video description as well. So I do have a reference picture, so wherever I see darker shadows, I'm just going to be blocking that in with the light blue. And I will be using a smaller brush for this. Alright, so I've got my shadows in now, and just so you guys know, this is actually the first time that I'm trying this technique. Usually what I do is I paint the whole mountains one solid dark color and then I go back in and add highlights. So this is a little bit of an experimentation for me. So the thing I'll be doing next is adding the darkest shadows, and I'll be doing that with my primary blue. And this is also where I'll be adding in some texture. So if you've watched any of my previous videos, if you recall the technique dry brushing, I will be using quite a bit of that, which that technique is just barely dipping your brush in the paint, so you're using a very small amount of paint and it kind of gives it a nice scratchy look to it. So these are going to be, again, the darkest shadows on the mountains. So here you can see that I've added in those darker shadows, which really help a lot to bring in that more three-dimensional element. So the next part is I'm going to go back in with my small brush and some white paint, and I'm going to add some rock details into those darker shadowy areas. So here are the finished mountains. I think they came out really awesome for this being my first try at this technique. It's definitely an awesome way to really block in those shadows. I think this area is my favorite. I feel like it's the most realistic looking. And again, all I used was the primary blue, titanium white, and light blue for that.
Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you decide to paint your own Hydro Flask, feel free to email me those at info.bexx@gmail.com. I would love to repost those on my social media, which is at BexxFineArt. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and I will see you guys Saturday for the time lapse, which next week will be Time Lapse Tuesday. Alright, see you guys next time.